Hello, welcome to today's show. We're talking about qualities of a good writer. These are positive characteristics and habits. The show today is brought to you thanks to the Your Family Story system, which helps you come up with a loved one's life story. Now hang around because I'll have some freebies for this at the end of the show. Today's show is actually an Ask Nicola series, and these are inspired by questions that are sent in to me by people who are pursuing a life story project, whether that's a memoir, an autobiography, a biography, or something else, such as a photo book or a feature article life story. Today's question is actually, I'll read it to you. It's help. I'm not a natural born writer. What are some positive traits and qualities of a good writer that I can learn from? So this question's inspired the show, and I'm going to go over 5 different characteristics that I think are qualities of a good writer. So kicking it off is number 1, be curious. Now, if you're curious, you're going to be, investigative. You're going to be a researcher. You're going to question and think differently about your memories, about your life lessons. Think of the different points of view that others may have on that and add it all in. Add those layers into your work. So you're going to have not just the surface details, you're going to go beyond for the facts and beyond for some details. That is the why and the how things happen that will add to your work. So in short, you're going to have then a broader and a better project or a better book if that's the case, and then if you weren't curious. So that's number 1. The second is to be open to new ideas. Now, great writers, they're always open to inspiration, they're open to different ideas. Now, when you're starting on your life story project, you're going to have memories that come to the surface, and as you explore those memories, more and more are going to come to the surface. Memories breed memories. And so it can be handy to have a notebook, maybe in the car, in the house, by your bedside table. Even put notes into your phone about, that's an idea or that's a memory. I'm going to make a bullet point just so I can remember when I go back to my project, then I have something to work with. And it might not just be memories, it could be ideas, it could be life lessons, anything that you want to include. So always be ready, be open to those ideas so that you can include them in your work. The third characteristic is to be disciplined. So a lot of people writing, they need to sit down and do the work to get this writing done. And if you're not used to this, it can be unnatural. It can be almost a little bit difficult. But that is the case with any new skill. It's not going to feel normal. It's going to feel a bit alien sometimes, and that is completely normal. So the best way to conquer a new skill is just to turn up and try. Be, that person that just gives it a go. Don't get too caught up if it's not perfect. As you keep doing, as you keep trying, it's going to become easier and easier. So write regularly, and it doesn't have to be like an hour and a half, 2-hour session. You just can sit down and write maybe 2-3 sentences or a couple of paragraphs. That is fine. If you do that regularly and you're disciplined, it's going to stack up day on day or week on week. Before you know it, you're going to have a really good stack of memories, stack of stories, or whatever format you choose. You're going to have something then. You're going to have a really broader work to work with. So 2 more to go. The next one I have for you is embrace grace. Now, when you sit down and you might be doing this creating, you might have the idea for a smaller story to work into your bigger one, and you're going to start by writing it, but it might not come out exactly what you thought it would be. It is a different version than what you had imagined or what you had set out to write. And it's not bad. It's not that you failed. It's completely fine. Often, stories will work their own way through you. They want to come out the way they want to come out, and that might have a lot to do with your subconscious. It could be at work here. But good writers know that this is okay. This is part of the creative process. What you have envisaged and comes out, it's sometimes different, and you can show yourself some grace. Don't beat yourself up about it. Be graceful about it. It's just all part of the process. The last characteristic I have for you is to be brave. Taking on a project like this does take some bravery, and sometimes fear is, you can feel that, it's different, getting started and being fearful is part of the process. Even the most talented writers are fearful, like they're worried about the thoughts that they're putting down. They might be worried about the beliefs they're sharing or the actions that they took during their life. But the best writing is authentic and it's truthful. And so to do that, yes, it's okay to be fearful, because when you're a little bit fearful, you're going to be brave. You're going to share those things. You're going to write bravely. So that's my final characteristic tip, is to be brave. So there you have it. That's Ask Nicola's question, and it's 5 positive traits to improve your writing. Now to recap, we went over to be curious, open to ideas, disciplined, show yourself grace, and to be brave. Now I hope that will give you something, personal, positive to channel, so that you can take on the characteristics of a good writer. Fake it till you make it, as they say. Just try and think that way, and you're going to do great things with your life story project. So this show is a summary of a whole article I have about this topic over at my website. If you go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/qualities of a good writer, you will find all what I've covered, plus a little bit more links to other resources that you can find helpful and assist you in your project. And while you're there and while you're with me right now, I'd love to ask a question. What other characteristics of a good writer do you think you need? Maybe there's something special that you think you need. I'd love for you to share it with me in the comments. And if you have any questions about life story creating, it could be planning to create, could be the actual sitting down and doing the creating, polishing it, and then publishing it. You can always drop me a line at foreveryoungautobiographies.com/contact. I'd love to hear from you. So at the start of the show, I mentioned the Your Family Story system, and I have some free sections for you for that today. Go to foreveryoungautobiographies.com/free. As I said, this guide, it's step by step. I go over how to sit down with a loved one, interview them, record their life story, compile it in a number of formats. And this gift for you today is just the introductory chapters or sections to that, and you can see if it's for you, give you some ideas, some momentum to get going. So please check that out. It's completely free. People really do find it helpful. So that's it from me today for this week. For this topic, I'd be absolutely thrilled if you could follow, subscribe, like the show, leave it a review, and I will see you soon. Happy writing.